kemana-mana, di pinggir-pinggir jalan, di dalam sungai dan juga di dalam lautan. Tidak seperti sampah organik, plastik tidak bisa diuraikan dan akan bertahan selama ratusan tahun dan tentu saja mencemari lingkungan kita. Plastik akan menjadi partikel-partikel kecil yang masuk ke dalam tanah, masuk ke dalam air, masuk ke dalam lautan, dikonsumsi oleh hewan dan juga oleh manusia sehingga meracuni tubuh, menyebabkan penyakit dan tentu saja menjadi polusi dan racun bagi lingkungan dan planet kita. Nah, kini mulai bermunculan beragam ide untuk memanfaatkan sampah-sampah plastik. Nah, insight kali ini berada di Ubud, Bali untuk bertemu dengan seorang penggagas sampah plastik untuk menjadi bahan yang berguna. Disebut Ecobrick dan bisa digunakan sebagai bahan untuk membangun mebel ataupun bangunan. Insight kali ini di Ubud, Bali.
Keberadaan sampah plastik yang jumlahnya semakin meningkat merupakan ancaman bagi kelestarian lingkungan, bahkan mengancam kehidupan organisme di laut hingga manusia. Hal ini disebabkan karena tingginya penggunaan plastik oleh industri maupun rumah tangga untuk berbagai keperluan, mulai dari kemasan minuman dan makanan, perkakas rumah tangga, hingga kantong belanja. Menurut data Kementerian Lingkungan Hidup dan Kehutanan, jumlah total sampah plastik di Indonesia pada 2019 diperkirakan mencapai 9,52 juta ton, atau 14% dari total sampah yang ada, sebesar 68 juta ton. Tingginya penggunaan plastik ini diperparah dengan perilaku membuang sampah plastik begitu saja tanpa melalui proses daur ulang. Tanpa didaur ulang, sampah plastik akan mencemari lingkungan karena partikel plastik mengandung logam berat serta bahan kimia yang berbahaya. Minimnya upaya daur ulang sampah plastik mendorong berdirinya sebuah gerakan Ecobrick untuk mengurangi dampak buruk sampah plastik di seluruh dunia. Ecobrick mengajak masyarakat yang sehari-hari menggunakan plastik untuk mengelola sampah plastik menjadi material yang bermanfaat. Hal ini dilakukan dengan memasukkan sampah plastik ke dalam botol plastik hingga penuh dan padat. Kemudian digabungkan menjadi berbagai modul seperti meja, kursi, hingga konstruksi bangunan. Saat ini Ecobrick telah menjalankan program pengelolaan sampah plastik menjadi furniture modular di sejumlah negara seperti Amerika Serikat, Filipina, serta Indonesia. Ecobrick merupakan salah satu solusi untuk mengurangi dampak buruk sampah plastik dan yang lebih penting lagi, mengubah perilaku masyarakat terhadap sampah plastik. Grafiardi Kresnantyo, CNN Indonesia.
Bagaimana sampah plastik bukan jadi sampah, tapi bisa dijadikan sesuatu yang berguna, bahkan barang-barang yang indah dan bisa kita pakai dalam kehidupan kita sehari-hari. Saat ini saya berada di Ubud, Bali, di rumah Russell Maier dan juga Ani Himawati. Russell adalah penggagas dari Ecobrick, sementara Ani Himawati adalah instruktur pembuatan Ecobrick untuk kawasan Indonesia dan Asia Tenggara. Kita langsung saja sapa. Hai Russell.
Hai.
Apa kabar, Mbak Ani? Kaget. Kaget. Ini kita berada di rumahnya Ani dan Russell dan ini rumahnya unik ya karena kita duduk di tempat duduk yang sebenarnya dibuat dari botol-botol plastik ya. Dan di sini juga mejanya dibuat dari botol plastik dan ini semua bisa kita katakan barang-barang yang sangat berguna ya. Padahal asalnya itu dibuat dari sampah-sampah plastik.
Ya,
Nah,
plastik.
penggagasnya ini adalah Russell Maier. Dia sudah lama di Indonesia sekarang.
Ya, sudah 2 tahun sekarang.
Sudah 2 tahun,
Ya.
bahasa Indonesianya bagus sekali ya.
Terima kasih. Harus belajar sedikit lagi.
Belajar
Ya.
sedikit-sedikit. Nah, Russell ini adalah penggagas dari Ecobrick ini. Ecobrick ini adalah sebutan untuk plastik, botol plastik yang diisi oleh plastik sehingga menjadi semacam seperti batu batanya.
brick.
Russell, let's listen to your story. How did you come up with the idea and why? And then what made you prompt to, at the end of the day, come to Indonesia to actually, create these eco-bricks?
Bagus pertanyaan. Pertama, terima kasih banyak. Kami senang sekali Anda di sini di rumah kami karena cerita saya pertama ini rumah saya dan the story begins in my home. So I was living in the Philippines for 4 or 5 years in a small village, like many villages in Indonesia. And I was faced with the challenge.
Sorry, can I go back? What were you doing in the Philippines? I mean, you obviously...
Yeah.
Just go back a little bit.
Okay.
How did you end up in the Philippines? What were you doing, and what was your history?
Sure, my background is as a professional artist. So back in my country of Canada, I would do paintings and exhibitions. I moved to the Philippines also to do my art. And there I tried to do paintings, but alas, there wasn't any paint stores where I was living. So I had to improvise. And like any good artist, you work with what you've got around. And there was a lot of this stuff.
Plastic. Sampah plastic.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
Exactly. So I began first working to transform the plastic to make things with it. And I discovered that there was quite an abundance of it in the Philippines and also nowhere for it to go. So in the village in the Philippines, like so many villages here and cities in Indonesia, where is this stuff going to go?
Normally in the river.
In the river, unfortunately, yeah. In my village, we had a beautiful river, and that's where it was going. And it really hurt my heart as a Canadian who grew up in the beautiful wilderness and the nature of Canada to see another beautiful river being contaminated by plastic. So I began to, with my neighbors, my Filipino neighbors, try to come up with a real solution for this plastic.
Now, tell me a little bit about just the effect of plastic rubbish, whether it's clogging up rivers or stacked in the back of the house or in gardens, and we see them everywhere. I mean, this is one of the things that us in modern life create. We consume a lot, but we waste a lot as well, and a lot of it is plastic. I mean, is this sort of part of the thinking behind it?
Well, the dangers of plastic, this is one of the big ignorances of our times, of what exactly is this stuff and what happens to it, and then the consequences of that on ourselves and the ecosystems around us. Right? So there are 3 main ways that plastic can have an effect. One is by photodegradation. So any of this plastic, if we leave this out in the sun, it's slowly going to break into smaller and smaller pieces until it ends up as chemicals that contaminate the earth, contaminate the water. Through the water motion, so you mentioned the ocean, this stuff ends up in the ocean, and there it also breaks down into small pieces, and it coagulates with other chemicals. And so we get these great big garbage patches in the ocean that aren't just pieces of plastic, but other dioxins and chemicals that come together. Then, of course, here in our desa, here in Ubud, the other way to deal with plastic is bakar.
Selalu dibakar ya.
Yeah.
Padahal dengan dibakar itu kan menyebabkan polusi di udara. It actually creates more poison and
When you burn it, Desi, the fumes go up into the air, and you see the smoke, and sometimes you breathe it, and you know that it's not good. Well, those fumes go up, and then they eventually come back down in the rain or in the mist or the fog, and they end up in our gardens, which end up in our food, and that ends up back inside us. So not good.
Yeah, not good. Of course, lots of diseases, gets into, the fish in the ocean and so on. Ani gimana cerita bertemu
Iya.
dengan Russell?
Oke, saya pindah ke Bali, jadi saya punya project sendiri yang kaitannya juga dengan environment, kebetulan. Terus sebenarnya saya datang di salah satu workshopnya. Unfortunately, it's only me and my friend, and then he was doing Ecobrick. Terus I was like, wow, this is something. Udah pernah dengar, tetapi kan kayak belum lihat beneran ya, belum bikin. Udah dari situ kemudian kayak, wow, ini luar biasa. Saya lebih, background saya antropologi, saya lebih ke kind of community empowerment things, and then dia mulai dengan sekolah waktu itu. Jadi cukup efektif karena setiap dia ngajarin di sekolah murid-murid kenapa, kemudian bagaimana, kemudian setiap bulan mereka mengumpulkan satu. Jadi dalam waktu cepat bisa banyak dan bisa bikin macam-macam. I was like, wow, saya biasanya lebih di community dengan komunitas kampung, desa, atau local government. Terus ini sekolah, jadi kayak memadukan antara environmental issue dengan like social movement. So this is like something that wah aku suka sekali. Terus
So there's
then we
this
work
environmental
together.
aspect. There is also the artistic aspect,
Yes,
and
sure.
also the
And it's-
utilitarian.
Yes.
So, but tell me, when you were in the Philippines, how long did it? When did you actually come up with the idea of stuffing plastic waste
Yeah, sure.
into the bottles?
So I mentioned that I was
the expecting
making
it.
stuff with plastic. So we're making these little bags and purses. I was making mats for my house and all sorts of creative stuff with the plastic. But then, after a year, some of the stuff would break down. And I would, what to do with it? What to do with this broken bag? What to do with this upcycled purse?
Becomes another rubbish.
It becomes another rubbish and what to do. So the problem wasn't solved. There's a technique that's, that developed in Central America of putting sand into bottles. So that was something my friends and I decided to try. We went down to the river, we put the sand into the bottles, and we made this brick with the bottles and the sand. And as we were going, we were getting the sand right from where they burn the garbage in the river. And I thought, well, why don't we put some of the plastic from the burn pile in with the sand? And that worked. So I thought, well, why don't we put more plastic and less sand? That worked also. You had a solid brick. So then I thought, well, why don't we just put all plastic in the bottle and get rid of it and see what happens? And we did it, and wow, we had a nice solid Ecobrick. We had a nice solid brick that we could build walls out of. My friend built his farmhouse out of them. And I remember just staring at this thinking, wow, this is a solution. Anybody can do it. And you don't need any machines, you don't need any special skills, just need a plastic bottle and a stick, and you can pack this full and make a building block. So I had an epiphany in that moment. This is amazing. I need to get this out to more people. I want to share this. This is a solution.
And it's just thinking about it, it's such a simple idea. I'm surprised that no one's ever thought of it before.
Well, to be honest, people have thought of it. It's a little bit like the wheel. So the wheel is such a simple concept that around the world it has popped up organically throughout civilization. Same with ecobricks. So in Central America, South America, Africa, South Africa, we've got people doing this also, just on their own, because it's such an obvious idea, have started doing it. What Ani and I have been working on, and with our colleagues around the world, is uniting all those people to get a movement started.
Ini adalah salah satu contoh, mungkin Ani bisa
Iya.
jelaskan ini sebagai instruktur pembuat Ecobrick. Sebenarnya
Jadi,
apa saja proses atau yang diperlukan untuk membuat Ecobrick
Ya,
ini?
selama ini kita ngajarin pokoknya botol plastik kosong dipastikan bersih.
Dan banyak nih di Indonesia kita
Iya,
isinya
di mana
botol
aja.
plastik semua.
Kemudian terutama isinya. Jadi isi ini kalau kita selalu mendorong orang juga bersih dan kering karena itu salah satu pendidikan untuk merawat plastik ya. Jadi nggak cuma sekedar dibuang tapi benar-benar dirawat. Jadi dan untuk furniture harusnya ya memang bersih. Jadi pastikan semua hal yang plastik, tidak kertas karena kertas kan masih bisa terurai. Tidak barang tajam, jadi bukan logam, bukan kaca. Kemudian masukkan, kita pakai alat yang sangat sederhana, ya hanya dengan tongkat atau apapun. Tapi selama ini pengalaman kita pakai bambu. Bambu is like the best one. terus dipadatkan. Jadi emang benar-benar sampai padat. Jadi kadang di setiap workshop kita, mereka kan kita selalu encourage mereka untuk bawa plastik sendiri ya. Mereka pikirnya cuman sedikit. Tetapi satu begini ini kalau kita membuat, kan kita paling enggak standarnya 220 gram atau 200-an gram. Which is like seperti ini.
On the brick, 200 grams.
Jadi seperti ini mungkin hanya separuh karena emang harus padat. Jadi kita that simple. Jadi just plastik, botol plastik, sembarang plastik yang kering dan bersih, masukkan ini alatnya.
Ini
Memang cara
biasanya
teknik
bungkus makanan,
ya
bungkus
kayak
permen,
wrappers bener-bener yang
kantong tas kantong plastik ya, atau
gitu,
bekas
atau
bungkusan.
yang banyak kayak laundry kan semuanya pasti di plastik. Terus ya jadi apa aja.
Dan ini
semua
hanya tinggal dimasukkan sampai padat ya.
Sampai benar-benar padat.
Minimal harus ada berat minimal yang harus dicapai.
200
gram.
210 terus ya, jadi setiap kali kita workshop atau kita sebutnya sering kayak Ecobrick party. Jadi invite orang bawa plastik masing-masing, yuk kita bikin gitu. Jadi kita siapkan termasuk timbangan juga karena untuk memastikan as a brick untuk bisa berfungsi kan harus bagus ya. Jadi
prinsipnya ini sangat-sangat simple.
ya, low teknologi.
Nanti kalau sudah jadi ya seperti satu batu bata saja yang nanti bisa ditumpuk-tumpuk ya untuk dibentuk menjadi apapun ya. Nah, Russell, waktu ide ini mulai digagas dan mulai tumbuh, dan what was the reaction of the community, the people in the village? Were they sort of excited, and how did you get them to actually?
They were overjoyed because as here in Indonesia, so many people know that this is a problem. They know in their community that plastic is poisoning their rivers and their fields, and that they want to do something with it. They're just waiting for a solution. So when I shared this with the first school in the Philippines, the teachers loved it. The kids loved it. A few weeks later, the parents were coming up to me saying, Russell, thank you, because the kids are picking up the plastic in the streets, and the streets are clean. The kids have cleaned it up. It worked in the first school in my community, and so we decided to share it with others, and so we got it out to a dozen. I was able to go around on my bicycle, visit the schools, share the idea, and wow, it took off. People loved it, and then they would share it with other people, and slowly it started to take a life of its own. So there were too many schools for me to visit personally after a while, so we made a booklet that we were able to share with the different schools and get it out further. The first district of 263 schools in the northern Philippines adopted it. We did a trial for 6 months, and then we had all these wonderful reviews come in from the principals afterward that, wow, this is great. We're all making them. Finally, we have a solution for the plastic. From there, the regional director of the Department of Education, she adopted it and transferred it to a region. Then, and that was something like 2,000 schools, 1,700 schools. From there, the Undersecretary of Education for DepEd Philippines became interested, and he helped us get it out to 2 more regions in the Philippines. From there, it got out to about 250,000 students, over 10,000 schools, all who had adopted this as a formal practice.
All in the space of how long are we talking about?
A year and a half.
A year and a half, and it became what we call like a viral idea.
So if you see us excited about this idea, Desi, it's because I've seen the potential for it to spread. And this was just me, this guy without any money, no funding, no NGO, no government support. The government of Canada is not paying my bills or anything. I was just doing this because I didn't want to see the plastic in the environment. And it was able to go in a year and a half to 250,000 students. That was two years ago, and now it's spread even further in the country.
Including here, Indonesia. It's an incredible. I'm excited because the plastic is, it's just a horrible global problem. It's clogging up our rivers, it's clogging up our ocean, and it is something that we need to solve. I mean, hopefully one day we don't have to have plastic bottles again, but in the meantime, this is such a great idea and great solution, and you can create really useful things with that. Russell, what were the first things that you made for yourself to begin with, and then the first schools that you asked
Yeah,
to?
sure.
What were the objects? Apa-apa saja yang
Well,
waktu itu
my friends and I, we noticed that there's a direct correlation between the plastic and the food that people are consuming, particularly the students in the schools. So the students were all, of course, eating their junk food, their chips and their sodas and all that. So they had a lot of this type of plastic around.
Bungkus-bungkus seperti bungkus
Yeah, banana.
permen, bungkus bungkus
So-
mie instan.
Exactly. So what we did is we used the bricks to build garden spaces, playgrounds and gardens where the kids could grow their own food. And they could just walk in there and pick the leaves, pick the tomatoes, the berries, the fruits, and eat and play all at the same time. And so in the Philippines, we have some wonderful examples of food forest play parks that the kids have built on their own with their own hard work, and that they maintain on their own with their continuation of the ecobricks in the schools.
And how many bottles are there? I mean, did anybody count them? How many? How many bricks have actually been made into eco bricks? I mean,
Yeah.
how many can you make in one day?
Sure, sure. Well, in the Philippines, it just happened so organically and so fast. I didn't have a really chance to think about categorizing it. Here in Indonesia, we've been learning, and we've been making sure to count the bottles.
So is this a daily? It became a daily activity for them. Is it a fun thing, or is
Good
it
question,
after a
yeah.
while it's becoming a chore?
Well, di pertama di sekolah it's more like 1 bulan sekali.
Satu bulan
Jadi
sekali
1
duduk
bulan
bersama
sekali.
membuat.
Enggak di rumah.
Oh,
Jadi
di
emang
rumah.
kemudian jadi bagian dari family activity ya. Karena memang untuk membuat satu padet itu butuh plastik banyak sekali. Jadi kecuali
Bagus
kalau
ya,
kita udah
butuh
terkumpul
begitu
Iya.
banyak, jadi harus
Iya, jadi
mencari ya sampah-sampah plastiknya supaya
Jadi memang
dijadikan
lebih ke kita yang selalu kita sampaikan sih lebih kayak save your plastic. Jadi kayak disimpan, dirawat, dipastikan dia kering dan bersih sampai kemudian mungkin segini punya waktu, yuk kita bikin gitu. Di Filipina kan lebih ke sekolah, di Indonesia oke di sekolah, tapi kemudian yang lebih kerasa sebenarnya contohnya di Jogja itu kita ketemu dengan kelompok bank sampah. Jadi ibu-ibu bank sampah, bapak-bapak juga. Kayak contohnya di Jogja ada 500 sekian bank sampah. So kita nggak sengaja, kita datang aja di satu sekolah awalnya, kemudian di cover media waktu itu. Kemudian saya iseng, saya punya kenalan, saya dulu lama kerja di Jogja, di NGO dan macam-macam. Jadi terus oke, kontak, kita main, dan tiba-tiba mereka bilang kita mau bikin Ecobrick lah. It's like, wow, pas banget ya, remember that time?
mereka juga udah punya ide itu.
Ya, karena lihat dari koran, terus langsung ingat, oh ya ini kan foto kalian, which is like, oke, terus kita ngajarin. Nah dari situ lebih idenya, selain membagikan buku, kayak booklet, lebih ke kita merancang like proper workshop ya, workshop NTOT. Karena
Berapa kali dilakukan
di
workshopnya?
kalau workshopnya sekarang udah mungkin ratusan ya, anytime. Jadi kita punya kayak workshop pengenalan itu kayak lebih ke why.
Iya.
Jadi benar pertanyaannya karena bukan soal how to, it's like mungkin orang lihat langsung ngerti
Lebih ke
ya.
filosofinya
Tapi
dibalik
lebih ke
itu
backgroundnya
semua,
apa? Kenapa sih kita harus ngerawat plastik kita habis kita konsumsi kita pakai? Kemudian kenapa kita harus bikin ini? So kita punya workshop, kemudian TOT, kemudian waktu itu pemerintah Kota Jogja, Dinas Lingkungan Hidup ya dulu Badan Lingkungan Hidup, mereka tertarik untuk kenapa nggak bikin TOT? Karena mereka udah punya trainers, mereka udah punya kayak apa ya local champions gitu di komunitas masing-masing.
Sekarang
And at that time
sudah berkembang di
and at that time we
Jogja.
prepared for the TOT. Jadi kita juga secara metode kita udah merancang. Jadi pas di Jogja contohnya hanya 20 trainers, and it's like semua 523 bank sampah, 45 kelurahan, semua RW diperkenalkan. So it's like only in 4 months kita bisa benar-benar mengikat ibaratnya plastik in tons. Kita punya
Dan ini terus meningkat
Iya,
jumlahnya.
iya. Dan
sudah masuk sekolah-sekolah juga
ya, udah masuk sekolah-sekolah karena
Prisons.
mereka trainers ya, jadi kayak kita emang kita kasih sertifikat juga,
TOT. Oh, ada sertifikatnya juga.
So, and
Bagaimana
then
membuat Ecobrick.
membuat Ecobrick lebih ke presentasi. Jadi kita memang punya presentasi lengkap tentang why, kemudian tentang plastik, tentang environment, tentang metodenya, termasuk ngajarin bagaimana orang untuk.
Dan akhirnya dibuat untuk apa rata-rata kalau yang di Jogja?
The really interesting thing about Jogja is that the trainers that we worked with, they were already passionate about plastic. So the reason this could work, again, wasn't so much about us, but about the situation there. In Indonesia, you have a great system, the bank sampah system, and there you've got people who are concerned about the environment, who are working with plastic. And these folks we were working with, you know, they'd been cutting plastic to make crafts, and they'd been doing this and that with the plastic. And they knew that there was a problem. They knew that, you know, after you cut it, what do you do with that plastic? Also, when it breaks down, what to do with the broken bag. So they knew it. And when Annie and I met them, and we shared our story, and we shared, listen, this is a solution for all the plastic that you can use over and over again. And they loved it. What they say,
Alhamdulillah. Like, you know, like Alhamdulillah. It's like, wow. It's like,
jadi apa yang dibuat oleh mereka rata-rata?
Kalau yang di Indonesia kita lebih memperkenalkan memang yang simple kayak modular. So ini kayak dingklik gini, kayak segitiga. Jadi
dan ini enak juga duduk di sini.
Enak. Okay. Jadi emang yang bisa dibongkar pasang, lebih ke indoor. Jadi sekali workshop kita terkumpul beberapa bricks, misalnya 19, 20, dan kita langsung bisa nunjukin gimana merangkainya, orang langsung bisa lihat. Jadi itu juga cukup efektif, karena kalau untuk taman misalnya kan kita butuh waktu lama ya, butuh berapa lama, but itu next step.
Let's talk about the durability of these, because then once you start using them as literally building blocks, you know, as bricks, particularly for furniture and maybe, you know, walls or steps. Tell us a little bit. How long do they last? Are they durable? Won't they break? Or and how do you stick them together? Because are you using environmentally friendly?
Well, let's go back a little bit to this material here. So you might have heard about how long this stuff lasts. It can last 1,000 years, right? That's what
forever when it comes to human terms.
Right. So this is a bad thing if it's in the ocean or if it's in the environment. But if we can use it and use that attribute, its longevity, for a building block, then it's actually really well used. So that's what we're doing with the Ecobricks, is we're putting the plastic into the bottle to make a building block that can be used over and over again. So this table, these stools, after they break down, we're able to take out the Ecobricks and use them again for another purpose. You can also use them for gardens. So we'll show you later our garden where we're using old Ecobricks. These ones are getting a little faded now. So maybe soon it's time to take them and start building something in our garden with them. And then the new ones we'll make more modules with and more tables and whatnot. And okay, the ones in our house, they'll last a while, but when we put that under the ground, protect it from the sunlight, and it's going to last forever. And it's going to trap that plastic in there and keep it from contaminating the biosphere.
It's going to last forever. Bahkan mungkin
well, maybe not forever.
Ratusan tahun.
Yeah, like you said, plastic isn't the best material for so many purposes, and hopefully, us, humanity, we can slowly move on to better and better materials than plastic for making.
Tapi untuk bangun rumah misalnya atau membangun suatu konstruksi bisa.
Visa,
Bisa ya. Cukup
banyak kerja bikin rumah dengan bottles. Mungkin lebih baik bikin kebun. So again, the problem with the plastic is it comes from the junk food. And if we can grow our own food in our garden, fantastic. Also, it's very easy to build a garden. So it's just a matter of using mud and clay and sand, and you can make a really beautiful garden for your house.
How do you stick them together? Normal bricks, we use cement.
So for the modules here, we use silicone sealant. You can buy this at any hardware store for, I think this is 28,000 rupees. And
then just literally stick them together.
Just put that down here, put them together, and you've got a module.
And they're not going to break easily when you sit on them or is that why it's important
Yeah,
to
yeah,
keep?
here.
Iya.
Makanya harus padat ya,
Iya,
supaya
harus
tidak
padat,
gampang
terus
pecah.
memang for the next day baru kita pakai.
So it's nice and strong, right? That's not going to go anywhere.
Kita ngajarin juga bagaimana cara ngelemnya, kemudian berapa lama ditunggu, nggak boleh digeser, baru kemudian next day-nya baru bisa difungsikan. Jadi memastikan bahwa dia benar-benar bisa.
Nah, kalau untuk kebun, ini apa? Semennya dari apa?
Kebun itu
what's the
sebenarnya
best
part
type
of the-
cement for
Part of the
So-
visi misi ya, it's like the principle of the Ecobrick.
To use local materials.
Yeah.
So for our garden, we've used just clay from the rice paddies, from our ground. Then we use rice straw from there's more paddies over there. We mix that inside with some sand. We get a good ratio, and we lay it out as mortar in between the Ecobricks.
You were telling me that schools are excited, parents are excited, communities are excited, and then the authorities, the governments are also excited. So what's happening now? What kind of initiatives are they continuing without you, or did you come up with some kind of foundation or something that is much more formal in order to organize this on a much wider and more national level?
We have what we call the Global Ecobrick Alliance. So this is leaders in the Ecobrick movement around the world who have come together, and we share and develop resources for other people to learn from. Ecobricks.org is our website, and there we have all our materials, 5 or 6 languages now. It's all open source, it's all free. We have videos, animations, documentaries, all done by people who are passionate about the earth and who are contributing their skills. So we don't work with a budget, we have no funding, we're not a yayasan, we're not an NGO, we have no corporate sponsors, we're just people who do this.
So it's just completely a civil initiative.
People-powered
People-powered
movement.
movement.
Yeah, there you go.
How wide, how big is the movement? How
Oh,
many
yeah,
people are
sure.
we talking about? How many
Yeah.
countries?
Sure, so well in the Philippines, we have well 1 million people eco-bricking now. Here in Indonesia, we're into the tens or hundreds of thousands of people.
Jakarta sudah, dengan Jakarta itu sebenarnya yang cukup menginisiasi awal dengan PBNU.
Okay.
Ya, so we did TOT
keterlibatan
there.
dengan
Ya, mereka punya
masyarakat.
40 trainers, kemudian mereka jalan di Jogja, hampir semua kabupaten semuanya jadi satu provinsi, mulai di Jawa Timur. Jadi berangkat dari workshop, kemudian join TOT. Sekarang kita udah agak susah tracking ya. It's like in the beginning
menjamur di mana-mana.
first year it's like oh ya yang itu join pas workshop ini, TOT ini, sekarang benar-benar udah jalan.
Yeah.
But I think the question is also how we sekarang gimana?
Ya,
gitu
bagaimana?
ya.
What's next and how will this go forward?
Iya, jadi memang kita memastikan bahwa website kita paling tidak yang bisa di-reach semua orang itu cukup update dan memberikan banyak hal kabar atau hal yang baru. Sedangkan untuk yang Indonesia memang kita memaintain ini ya, kita cukup terus-menerus misalnya berkontakan. Kita punya setiap kali TOT mereka bikin Indonesia suka sekali WhatsApp group, milis, page, dan dari situ kita ngobrol. Jadi selalu ada rencana. Jadi kita per 3 bulan atau 6 bulan selalu
Nah, yang
ada
menariknya
sesuatu.
di Indonesia biasanya kan kalau kita buang sampah itu dalam pengertian bahwa nanti ada pemulung yang mengambil dan kemudian menjadikan itu mata pencariannya atau mereka menjual ke lapak dan lain sebagainya. Nah, dari segi aspek ekonominya lah istilahnya dalam kegiatan ini khusus Ecobrick itu ada Ani atau ini hanya merupakan inisiatif yang memang tujuan utamanya adalah mengurangi ya polusi plastik di lingkungan.
Ya, kita selalu dapat pertanyaan
Iya.
itu.
Karena biasanya ini adalah mata pencarian. Scavengers actually make a
Yeah.
living
Yeah, sure.
out of collecting plastics and other rubbish that
Yeah.
can be recycled.
Yeah,
So this is an important part of their livelihood now.
Ya. Yes.
How is this impacting the?
Kalau yang laku sih sebenarnya botolnya, jadi ini botol PET. Tetapi problemnya kan yang di dalamnya ini, karena dia nggak
Yang sampah-sampah.
like no value. Jadi benar-benar nggak akan ada pemulung tuh ambil. So jadi emang kita lebih ke peduli itu yang kita sampaikan. Jadi contohnya dengan bank sampah karena mereka sangat bank ya. Jadi kan
Jadi
selalu
mereka bisa
uang,
menukarkan
tahu
dengan
persis
uang,
kan.
ya.
Jadi tapi kenapa mereka sangat tertarik? Bahkan sekarang bank sampah Bekasi, kita dapat barusan telepon dari beberapa tempat tertarik padahal mereka kan ngomong ekonomi. Karena mereka tahu bahwa dalamnya ini emang nggak
Tidak ada
laku.
nilai sama sekali.
Nggak laku, nggak ada pemulung yang ambil. Jadi memang dari awal kita ngomong lebih ke gerakan lingkungan, lebih ke pendidikan kesadaran. Dari awal kita punya mungkin ribuan orang juga belum bertanya untuk kalau kita jual gimana ya, because it's like susah ya kita menilai ini.
Iya.
Ini plastik kita sendiri, hasil
mungkin
kita
berapa
konsumsi
ini harganya?
sendiri. Ya, jadi kita selalu diskusi ini juga dan ini kan proses kesadaran kita melakukan dengan cukup suka hati, kemudian ini menggerakkan orang. Jadi kalau dinilai mungkin mahal sekali, tapi lebih ke kalau sekarang mereka pakai sendiri ya. Jadi kalau grup mereka bikin sendiri untuk kantor mereka.
Untuk konsumsi sendiri
Untuk
ya.
konsumsi
Bukan
sendiri.
untuk sesuatu yang nanti ada toko yang
Enggak,
menjual
iya.
mebel dari Ecobrick itu.
Enggak, karena lebih ke gerakan
Gerakan solusi terhadap
iya,
masalah
dan-
yang ada.
Iya, dan kebiasaan jangka panjang, which is like everybody.
Nah, siapa
memastikan.
sebenarnya yang terlibat dari ini kan sudah banyak ya gerakan ini. Mungkin apa keluarga biasa, sekolah biasa, anak-anak biasa, atau
Kalau-
ada masyarakat tertentu yang mungkin lebih peduli, sementara yang
Kalau ini agak juga karena kita ketemu banyak internasional dan kind of educated people. Jadi mereka yang selalu agak punya pikiran miring kalau orang biasa itu diajarin tentang environment tuh enggak, pasti mereka mikir uang mulu. Ada pikiran kayak gitu, which is like membuat kita agak sedih sebenarnya karena kenyataannya sebenarnya kita ketemu siapa aja, desa, kota, kita sempat di Ciliwung juga sebelum ada penggusuran dan macam-macam. Jadi urban, rural, sekolah, komunitas banyak level itu yang luar biasa karena ternyata isunya sama, mereka peduli lingkungan ketika diberitahu bahwa oh ini bisa memberikan efek ini jadi itu yang kayak membuat gerakan ini cepat karena nggak peduli lu miskin kaya, desa kota, anak kecil, orang
dan
tua,
ini
laki perempuan.
sesuatu yang sangat mudah bagi kita untuk melakukannya,
Iya.
nggak terlalu ribet
Iya.
ya. Kadang-kadang recycling yang terlalu ribet
Iya.
itu kan membuat
kemudian
orang
tergantung,
Iya.
jadi hanya satu mesinnya rusak kemudian
Iya.
macet atau mahal. Jadi ya menurut kami sih mungkin kekuatannya itu karena justru semua orang.
But Russell, going back to my question on this sort of global movement, exactly how global
Oh yeah, sure.
is it, and which
Well-
countries are the most active?
That's a good question. It tends to take off where the plastic problem is obvious. So we're here in Bali because, well, there's lots of plastic on the beaches. And so that's what attracted me to Bali first and foremost. In the Philippines, plastic everywhere, so people know there's a problem. In my country, Canada, Ecobricks hasn't really taken it off because people are still under the illusion that there are industrial solutions for plastic.
And people are good at recycling and throwing their rubbish in the proper place anyway.
Yes,
right? So
yes.
there's
But
that.
whether that's a solution or not is another question. So they are under the impression that that's a solution. Same in Europe, same in America. They're under the assumption they can put it in a blue box and it will be recycled magically into something else. Here, there's no illusions. People in Indonesia know and are aware that plastic is a problem and that there's nowhere for it to go. When I was in the Philippines, there was a scandal about container shipments coming from Canada with our garbage in it. With
So
our
that's
plastic.
one of their way of solving the problem.
Yes,
Just
Yeah.
so
shipping it
often.
off to the other
Yeah.
parts of the world.
Transport dari satu negara ke negara lain.
Yeah. All too often, that's the solution that people come up with is to move the plastic somewhere else, to take it here, export it over there. And Indonesia, you also have that people doing that also. They dump it over here, over there. The thing with Ecobricks is you can take responsibility for your plastic and you can use your plastic locally. You don't have to ship it someplace. You don't have to give it to a company or to the government. You can do it yourself. You can build your garden, your furniture, and slowly you can move away from plastic consumption in your life.
What sort of membership are we talking about now? A part of this global movement?
Oh yeah, there's hundreds of thousands, millions of people who are doing it for sure. Yeah, all over. And it's growing.
It's growing.
Yeah, it's growing.
Di Indonesia saja ini
Kita
sesuatu
dengar
yang
Papua sudah mulai, Kalimantan sudah mulai ada inisiatif, entah itu grup sendiri atau ada small NGOs, mereka udah mulai kontak kita, tanya di mana untuk TOT dan sebagainya.
The beauty of Ecobricks is that it spreads really quickly, so it can outpace the problem. Here in Indonesia, you have plastic consumption increasing, so it continues to go up, but the number of Ecobrickers in the last 2 years has grown exponentially. So that means that we can actually have a chance of doing something about plastic as a people-powered movement, people taking charge. We don't need the politicians. Okay, great, you guys can help us out, but we can do it on our own.
But the whole philosophy behind it is actually it's not just the eco bricks. It's taking care of the environment and coming up with solution to a problem that we in an industrialized modern world is creating for ourselves, and we're burdening the planet with waste. So what's next? Because plastic bottles is just one of the things that we produce. That
well, if I can correct you on something, Desi, something that we're trying to move on from is the S word. You'll notice in the interview today we didn't use the S word, the word sampah. So the word sampah means something that's useless and has no more value. So when we talk about plastic, we talk about polyurethane, PET, we talk about styrofoam, because these are materials. There's nothing innately wrong with them or evil about them. They are what they are. This is going to last 1,000 years because that's the type of molecule it is. And we can either be unwise about that and dump it and cause problems for future generations.
And then it becomes the S word.
Yes, it becomes the S word, exactly.
It becomes the S word when we don't use it for anything other than clogging up the...
There we go.
Jadi di semua workshop, di semua TOT kita sangat sadar untuk tidak memakai kata itu. Jadi even like misalnya beberapa teman atau organisasi atau yang undang kita bikin spanduk misalnya, kita juga mengingatkan karena itu bagian dari proses memastikan bahwa cara pandang yang harus mulai kita ubah. Dia memang sampah ketika
karena kita menggunakan isinya, kemudian kemasannya kita tidak gunakan lagi, itu menjadi sampah.
Iya, padahal sebenarnya itu material yang bisa dipakai lagi. Jadi kita pakai use plastik, atau plastik bekas atau just plastik.
Indonesia has a great movement. Bebas Plastik Sampah. Bebas Sampah 2020, right?
Yeah.
And so what you're getting at with your question is we're trying to move on from the idea of sampah, the sampah paradigm, towards just not thinking about sampah altogether. So when we see this plastic, this isn't sampah for us.
Ini bukan sampah.
This is great. We can make our eco-bricks, we can build our gardens with it. Hooray, right? So it's that shift of moving away from sampah and trash towards just valuing and understanding the material. And part of it is understanding that, using plastic for a one-time package, it's not the best use of this material. We can do better. So if you were to look around our home, you would see we're using clay, we're using wood, we're using bamboo. My bike over here is made from bamboo because these are much better materials, much wiser materials to use. So we see a transition. We're part of it right now. We can feel it. It's so exciting. This transition moving on from this type of thinking, the sampah thinking, to understanding plastic and then just moving on from plastic altogether to better materials.
Interesting. Jangan menggunakan kata sampah. Kalau kita menggunakan kata sampah juga otomatis rasa tanggung jawab kita juga ini bukan
udah
sesuatu yang
kotor, jijik, jelek,
bukan bagian dari kita lah istilahnya.
Mungkin satu sedikit sebenarnya lebih ke yang selalu kita sampaikan ngomong karena ini kan isu perilaku konsumsi ya. Jadi it's not about the plastic, but karena kita consume terus, kemudian setelah itu
dan
just
semua barang biasanya
semua
ada kemasannya
di plastik. Jadi yang selalu kita sampaikan di workshop juga tentang konsumsi. Jadi sekarang lebih aware, kita lebih memilih, kita pilih-pilih mana sih yang sebenarnya nggak harus dipakai in plastik, terus bagaimana cara kita hidup sehari-hari yang how to reduce plastik, kemudian lebih organik. Jadi itu juga bagian dari material yang kita sampaikan. Dan ya
termasuk
gardening.
untuk kemasan makanan kan sekarang kita banyak sekali kemasan makanan juga ada styrofoam,
Iya,
semuanya
selalu
itu dibungkus selalu dengan plastik, padahal kan kalau misalnya dibungkus dengan daun itu bukan sampah kan. Kalau daun kita buang, if we throw away
Yes.
banana leaves, that's not rubbish, it becomes part of, you know,
it's fantastic.
part of the chain of our ecosystem, you know,
Right,
it
of course.
Jadi
it's
di-
organic.
Ya, di kita kayak yang trainers atau whoever join our workshop, kemudian ya memang kemudian mereka kalau belanja bawa tas sendiri, itu benar-benar yang very simple, tapi udah mulai itu bagian yang.
But do
yang
you see
kita
that,
bicarakan.
Russell, the more and more people are increasingly aware of their role in the environment, what they can do with it, and the impact that plastic, which is treated as rubbish, is basically
Yeah,
our problem.
I think that one of the pleasures of our work is that we meet people who are already there. So back in Tangerang Selatan near Jakarta, we met a lady who showed up with 3 years worth of plastic. She'd been saving
7 years.
7 years.
7 years.
She'd been
Yes.
saving her
And it's
plastic
just
for
like,
7 years.
Alhamdulillah, this is solution. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, she came to our workshop with these big sacks of plastic because she knew they were bad. She knew that if her neighbors got them, they would burn it, put it in the river, and she didn't want that to happen. And there are so many people like that around Indonesia who understand that plastic is dangerous and let's keep it out of the environment, let's not consume as much. And so with our work, we partner with these organizations of people, and NU is a great one. Pakia Said came to one of our workshops, the top guy in NU, and he loves what we're doing, and they're encouraging it. So
Ibu Tuti datang juga.
Ibu Tuti,
Jadi semakin banyak ya di masyarakat yang sebenarnya mereka sudah tahu tapi belum pernah ada jalannya atau solusi, dan ternyata solusinya itu ada dan sangat mudah.
Simple.
The best things are actually, you know, quite simple. Okay, Russell, so what's the next step after Ecobrick? Any more, you know, ideas brewing in your head on how to tackle environmental
Desi,
problems?
my background is I'm an inventor, a designer, and I come up with many different ideas. So if you were to stay around for a while, you'd see many of them. Most of them are with organic materials, with bamboo, with wood, with clay. And so although we have the Ecobricks here and we make it with our plastic, for me the future is in organic materials and learning from ancestral traditions. So here in Indonesia, you've got wonderful traditions of weaving and working with bamboo. That's, although we're old, they're relevant today in so many ways. So I'm using those traditions, working with the weavers to make new things that can replace plastic.
Kalau Ani gimana ini, bagaimana membuat gerakan ini juga supaya kedepannya sustainable, lebih banyak lagi yang terlibat, dan juga apakah kelihatan sekarang orang sudah mulai meningkat kesadarannya terhadap hal-hal yang sifatnya menjaga lingkungan?
Emang mungkin susah ya kalau ngukur, karena kan mesti ada research atau
Ya, tapi
qualitative
dari
research.
selama 2-3
selama
tahun.
kita 2 tahun itu Ecobrick sempat jadi demam sih. Memang sempat yang kalau misalnya udah dengar, jadi mereka kan punya jambore nasional apa, tentang sampah, tentang apa. Kemudian 1, 2, 3 mereka memperkenalkan, kemudian masing-masing kota, masing-masing daerah mereka mencoba. So, jadi sebenarnya ini makin besar. Kalau kita yang penting adalah bukan soal bagaimana membuat ya, lagi-lagi why-nya, karena soal kesadaran dan pendidikan ini yang masih harus terus diingetin.
Apalagi yang
Jadi
harus dilakukan untuk mengedukasi, karena
it's
ya,
more than-
pada prinsipnya bukan saja masyarakat sebagai konsumen kan yang harus diedukasi, tapi produsen kan, they keep producing stuff with plastic, with plastic packaging, with non-biodegradable, you know, that kind of the industrial side of it also needs educating, Russell, don't you think?
Yeah, that's why we're in the schools. That's why we're working with the schools, because it's those young people that really have a chance to move on from that paradigm. Adults are already stuck in it a lot, and so we're really hoping that by educating the young people that can make the transition happen.
But will there be a day, Russell and Ani juga, apakah suatu hari tidak akan ada lagi botol plastik, that we will not be drinking out of
Great.
plastic
yeah.
bottles.
Yeah.
Balik ke minum dari kendi misalnya.
Well, we
Yeah,
never bought.
right.
Like we lived here 2 years. We never bought.
Yeah,
like,
but-
somehow
Yeah.
I
plastic.
mean,
bottles.
look at these. Someone.
Yeah, it's true. It's like
But do you think we'll get to that?
That's a good question. I think so. I think one day we will. I think we will be aware that using water from a far distance isn't worth it. There's also, petroleum prices. The only reason that we can drink water is because gasoline prices are cheap. As gasoline prices go up, then the cost of bottled water and transportation all goes up. So it might not be a day of our choosing that we don't drink water from bottles, but it might be a day dictated to us by nature itself. You know?
Yeah. When we, instead of having small bottles, maybe we just have one big bottle that we
Sure.
when use as
yeah.
our
In our home,
water
Desi,
container.
so on the topic of water and inventions in the future, this is our water filter behind you here, and this filters the water into a glass. You can open it up and drink the water straight, and there's no plastic involved.
Sebenarnya air kendi itu kan
Yeah,
sangat sehat dan
exactly.
merupakan bagian dari tradisi Indonesia. Ya, the ceramic water that is kept in ceramic is actually much healthier as well and
Of
more
course, yeah.
sustainable. Wow, thank you for inviting me to your beautiful home. Terus
Thank you.
menginspirasi teman-teman di seluruh dunia dan sekarang senang sekali mendengarkan bahwa Ecobrick itu merupakan gerakan yang sudah sangat populer ya. Berarti semakin banyak orang yang sadar dan peduli terhadap lingkungan dan membantu mencari solusi terhadap masalah yang selama ini kita miliki. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Ani and
much.
Russell.
Yes.
Ya, demikian bincang-bincang kita bersama Russell dan Ani dari rumahnya. Ingat, Anda juga bisa melakukan hal yang sama. Jangan gunakan kata es atau sampah untuk plastik karena sebenarnya ini bisa digunakan untuk sesuatu yang berguna. Jadi jangan dibuang begitu saja, tapi bisa digunakan dan dijadikan Ecobrick. Demikian insight kali ini dari Ubud, saya Desi Anwar. Sampai jumpa dan bye-bye.